Please note, for maximum picture quality, it may be necessary to adjust the tracking control on your VCR.
I'm having a good time. Not.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Whoa!
Hey.
How's it going, y'all? It's been a while since we did one of these, so apologies if we're completely out of practice and whack. We just, what's up, Uzi? You'll probably be the only one in here because we haven't done this in forever. But for anyone that does come and join us later or watches this like on like a replay, welcome to our channel. We had like a huge surge in like subscriptions recently. Like I think it was either from me absolutely destroying the new look of the Toxic Avenger. People were like fucking roasting me to death in the comment section. And also the Giallo videos have been like a huge hit with people, which I really like because it's kind of a niche thing that is fun to talk about. And there's not a lot of people that talk about it. So for me, it's fun because it feels like not only am I talking about something I really like and we like watching together, it feels like I'm showing it to people like, hey, watch this. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like today's going to be a real short video. I mean, we're just going to be talking, essentially doing like what I do sometimes is look at all this crap I bought.
And he bought.
Yeah. Here it is. But we had to watch, two friends of ours went on vacation for a few days, so we had to watch their cat. So I won't have time to like film this and edit it because I usually do it like, you know, towards the end of the week or the weekend. So I was like, let's just do it live. Maybe we'll get some of our new viewers or new subscribers like in to watch and whatever. This is like us on a normal day to day.
And for the record, Uzi, we schedule these in the hopes that you won't be at work.
So here he is.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Uzi Suicide. He is a cool buddy of ours. So, yeah, it was funny. Like right before we went live, I was like, all right, let me like pee first just so I don't get up 1,000 times before we do this. He still will. And I like went into the bedroom and sprayed myself down with cologne, like as if we have like smell-o-vision or something. And
this is going out now.
I like, as soon as I walked out of the bedroom, I'm like, why did I do that?
He does smell very nice.
I smell it. Well, maybe it's the candle too.
A combo. Yeah. Don't get too close to it.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, that's what we're doing here today. We're just talking about shit I bought. And yeah, we'll get it going. You could start it off, my love.
Again, these are all Bill's purchases, but I have my own stack of movies that I feel for, that I love, that I really enjoy. Not to say ones in his stack I won't, but ones that I can actually speak to.
Yeah.
The first in my stack is Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I know everyone hates Amazon. I'm in a complete agreement.
We're doing what we got to do.
I mostly support like Orbit DVD, Diabolic DVD these days, but Amazon recently did like this crazy sale that like had so many things that have been sitting in my cart forever included in it. And it was like a buy 3 for the price of 2. And like I always say when I'm talking about all the shit I bought is I've been constantly in a constant battle of rebuying things that I have on DVD just to get them in HD. This was one of those movies. Drop Dead Gorgeous.
I was looking for the year it came out on the back to confirm before I said it. A 90s classic. I feel no shame in this.
Yeah, it was that Kirsten Dunst, Kirstie Alley,
it's all right here. Denise
Richards. I love that movie. What is it? It's about like a beauty pageant that shit goes awry, like murders, but it's comedy. It's like a dark comedy.
The Midwest, South, whatever. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I haven't watched it in a while. We'll watch it again now.
Yeah. I mean, I had like this old crusty snapper case DVD that was like the spine literally was like flaking off in our DVD shelves, right? Like to the right of me back here. And I was just like looking through, I'm like, every once in a while when I'm bored, I'll like go through and see what we only have on DVD, and I'll just like look for it on like Orbit, Diabolic, Amazon, and just like add it into a cart, and one day I'll pick it up. So thankfully, due to that Amazon crazy ass sale, I was just like, you know what? It's time. I love Drop Dead Gorgeous, man.
They did new cover art too.
Yeah.
That I'm going to attempt to show you. It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. Warner Archive really does like pretty good work on the transfers too. And I heard a rumor somewhere that like they're almost made to order. Like it's like if you order it, that's when they like
Process
make it, which
yeah.
is kind of cool. But yeah, Drop Dead Gorgeous, man. Also, Uzi, you finally got your order after a year. Was it worth it? Have you watched any of them yet? Which, if you're a stranger to physical media, this company, Massacre Video, like had a pre-order, and Uzi ordered something April 1st of last year. And for like months and months, when we would be talking in the DMs, he'd be like, yep, still no shipping information, no nothing from Massacre Video. I'm like, dude, it's been 8 months. Like, I would have been like, cancel this, refund this, but apparently you finally got it. Was it worth the wait? Oh, there you go. That's one way to show them. All right. And another thing, I actually just went and grabbed this downstairs today. It is Aldo Lotto's Who Saw Her Die, a giallo film that we have never seen.
No, we'll get to it.
Yeah, I recently picked up Short Night of Glass Dolls from 88 Films. I'm just waiting for that to show up. So like the next giallo video I do will essentially be like a double feature where we're talking about Short Night of Glass Dolls and Who Saw Her Die. So it'll be 2 movies we've never seen before. I know this one like takes place in Venice, and it's apparently super similar to Don't Look Now, which is kind of cool and interesting to me. And it also stars George Lazenby, who was the James Bond, man. Pretty fun. Seen it, looking forward to checking it out. And yeah, Who Saw Her Die, man. What is it? Oh, Gondola Hearse? That rules. What were we watching? Jeopardy the other night, and the woman didn't know what a gondola was? Oh, we were yelling
Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yeah, we were yelling at the screen like, a gondola! What else?
I thought I was next. Are we not going?
Oh, yeah, go for it. Whatever.
Wow. So I've seen this once or twice at this point, but if you're privy to my brain, my memory is not very good.
Oh,
and
Larry Fleetwood, welcome.
I've never
heard great
fully
things.
Paid attention anytime Bill has put this on until last weekend.
Well, the irony is that when Longlegs came out, Vicky loved Nicolas Cage much.
In Longlegs.
But up until that point, I would put on like Con Air or something, and she would just be like, ugh.
Yeah.
So after Longlegs came out, she kind of had a change of heart.
I warmed up.
Yeah.
I warmed up to him. So Bill got Face Off.
I got Face Off in 4K, the Kino Lorber one. This thing was like super, I think every time I had it in my cart, it was like $27. And I'm like, I can't rationalize upgrading the DVD of Face Off for $27. But it was a part of that sale.
I'm glad he did, because guess who fucking loved it?
Yeah, we rewatched it last weekend, and dude, Face Off fucking rules.
I quote it probably at least once every other week without having full comprehension of what I was quoting. I would say, I want his face off to Bill out of context, naturally, but like what now I know. And I haven't said it once since we watched it. It's just been living in my head.
Yeah, but so much fun. And the 4K is so good.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset it didn't come with like a slipcover, but like, whatever.
Get over it, cardboard warrior.
Oh, we got another guy in here. What we got? Welcome. Trying to get my wife to go through that warming up with Kurt Russell. Oh, that's an easy sell, my man. That's an easy sell. He's a good-looking guy.
I'll watch pretty much any movie with Kurt Russell.
Yes, and welcome you as well. Yeah, we loved Unbearable Weight. We thought that was amazing. Him and Pedro Pascal were like so good together, and that like when he's going through his museum, seeing all like the statues of him in Face Off and shit, so good. Really liked it. That was an unexpected one. Like I kind of went into that thinking like this is gonna be brutal, and it was just great. Them like on drugs driving the car was one of my favorite scenes in a movie in a long time.
I was a big Nick Cage hater again until Longlegs. And then when I found out he was in Longlegs, I was like, well, now I have little to no interest in seeing it. But a longtime friend of mine loved Longlegs so much that I was like, okay, well, there's a really good chance I'm going to love it. And I did. And then I've since warmed up to Nicolas Cage because I need him to go off. And he does. Almost every chance he's gotten.
I mean, Face Off is one of those movies. Like, granted, Raising Arizona, of course, he was like kind of over the top and nutty, and Wild at Heart, of course. But to me, like, Face Off was like the next step of him being an absolute nutcase.
His role in Face Off was incredible, but also watching John Travolta when they swapped.
Oh my God, yeah,
John Travolta blew me away.
John Travolta like almost takes his mannerisms when like he is playing what the hell's his character name again?
I already
forget. That's so bad, dude.
Yeah. I was forgetting
Sean Archer and Castor Troy.
Yeah, Castor Troy.
But anyway, yeah, we love Face Off. That 4K is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I can't wait for the next time we watch it. So probably like a month before I start forgetting pieces of it.
I mean, Face Off is one of those movies though that like I could throw it on at any time and just have a good time with it. Did you like him in Knowing? I saw that one time when it came out in movie theaters and never rewatched it. Sorry, I don't remember it enough. I think I remember hating the movie, so apologies. I don't remember enough to have any kind of like, I don't know, any weight to offer to that.
And I personally never seen that.
Cage was good in Mandy. You rewatched Mandy.
I just again because of thanks to Longlegs, I will now watch Nick Cage movies.
Yeah.
I've just watched Mandy for the first time since it first premiered.
Well, yeah, because we saw it after we got tattooed one day, and I was like kind of out of it.
And
honestly.
I was just over
and
it.
I was just like, it didn't envelop me. But she rewatched it recently.
I rewatched it, and I loved it.
There you go.
I
do want to rewatch it though. Yeah. It's been a long time. Unlawful Entry. I've never seen Unlawful Entry, man. I saw Scream Factory put that out like last year, and I was like, maybe I'll blind buy it, but that's cool. Good to know. Cage is in Red Rock West for real? I didn't know.
Uzi, isn't that one of the movies you suggested I watch?
It was I think Vinegar Syndrome just put it out, like cinematography or something like that.
Don't mind me. I'm just looking at my Letterboxd watch list.
Speaking of Nicolas Cage, the next one is also a Nicolas Cage film. Adaptation. This was like Shout Select. This was another one that was dumb. Whoops, sorry. Was dumb cheap on like the Amazon sale. I love Adaptation. Spike Jonze. It's like essentially like a sort of like nonfiction meets fiction tale about Charlie Kaufman. Nicolas Cage plays like twin brothers, and like Meryl Streep is like an author or something like that. It's just like a really weird, quirky movie. It's just one of those movies I've had on DVD forever. And when Shout Select did this, I was like, I cannot pay that much money for it. But when the sales come around, man, that's when you'll catch me buying it.
And I've never seen it, so
yeah,
we'll get
now
to it.
We'll actually watch it. And she's a Cage fan, like we said, so she will actually watch it. But yeah, you'll really like Adaptation. It's like got that weird like indie film feel that like we are always looking to watch.
I play a lot of Sporkle games. Sporkle's the trivia website and app. And that's what I do in my brain dead moments to keep this mass alive. And I get a lot of questions about Adaptation, and I'm like,
great movie. Definitely highly recommend checking it out, especially if you're into like movies like Little Miss Sunshine.
And
like,
I am, so
just like the old Sony Pictures classics, if you remember from like I guess like the late 90s, early 2000s. It has like that kind of vibe to it. All right, you go for it.
I am still angry from 20 minutes ago when Bill put this in my pile.
I made her a pile so that way she had stuff to grab from while I'm grabbing them.
And I just saw this. What was it? My first time?
I showed this movie to you. I think before we saw John Carpenter in 2016. We went through like we're watching all the movies in case he plays like a theme song from any one of the movies. And she had never seen it, but this one just came out on 4K. This one I got at Orbit, but go ahead.
I definitely logged it as a first time watch on Letterboxd because I didn't remember anything about it. And frankly, I'd like to go back to that. Ghosts of Mars.
Oh man, I hadn't watched it in years either. I think since the last time I showed her, or one time like a bunch of buddies of mine like slept over and we were getting like hammered drunk on the couch, and that was one of the movies. Like my friends are like, I want to watch like a movie that's like ridiculous and takes place in space.
Bill's got plenty,
and that is the one that I played. But I just recently picked this one up, 4K. Wanted to upgrade the old DVD, and God, it's so cringy, man. It's like John Carpenter's attempt at making almost like a sci-fi channel kind of movie. I know it was supposed to be like Escape from New York, like the third entry in that series.
but it clearly was not.
Like Ice Cube, Natasha Henstridge, Pam Grier, Clea Duvall, and like Jason Statham with fucking hair. It's cheesy, schlocky fun, realistically. She hated it.
It's just not for me.
Yeah, I love those kind of like really over the top, like sci-fi channel kind of esque movies, and that falls right into that category. But yeah, what are you guys popping off at? Pay the Ghost. Never heard of that one. What do you think of Drive Angry with Amber Heard, huh? I didn't really care for that one. I remember that one came out around the time he already was doing like the Ghost Rider movies, and it was too similar. And I was like, is this what this guy's doing? Like Gone in 60 Seconds, Drive Angry, and Ghost Rider. It just all was so similar. Kind of like what Jason Statham's doing now, where every single one of his movies is like the same thing. That's how I felt about Nicolas Cage during that era. But like I've gone back and revisited a lot of like, you know, like Face Off and shit like that, and Con Air, and it's just, God, those are masterpieces compared to some of the stuff he was doing when he really needed the money.
I love the comment after that one. No.
I love that movie. It sucks.
Yeah, I love that.
That's the best way to describe Ghosts of Mars. Yes. Same. I think it's one of those movies that's like so bad that you kind of like it.
I respect that statement so heavily.
Love this too. Get your ass to Mars. They should have hired Arnold, and it should have been like Total Recall 2. Or Total Recall Part 2.
No.
In the Mouth of Madness. Love In the Mouth of Madness. We were actually just talking about it this morning because
that I need to rewatch it.
Sean Clark, if you're a YouTube person, you know Sean Clark, his collection is insane. He was going through, like, he had a lot of screen used In the Mouth of Madness, like Sutter Kane books that he was showing off, and it was awesome.
Yeah. And they live stuff.
Yeah, very cool. But like, it's been a while since we watched In the Mouth of Madness, so that's definitely one we want to revisit soon.
And I've only seen it once before, so I watched it and it's gone.
Yeah. Another one from the sale, the 4K of Almost Famous. I love Almost Famous. Great coming of age story. Cameron Crowe, fucking Kate Hudson, Jason Lee. Kind of like almost I think I read somewhere a long time ago that it's almost like a nonfiction take on what happened to Cameron Crowe when he was a kid, like getting like a job super early on writing for like a music publication. But I've always had a real soft spot for Almost Famous. Just sweet. This kid like essentially getting turned inside out by this band in good ways and bad. But yeah, just needed to upgrade the old DVD. I really like the bootleg cut, so I was happy it has both cuts on here.
Another movie he really loves, has loved for years, and I've only seen it once through him naturally, and I remember really enjoying it. We just haven't gone back to it.
Yeah, and I also, on my old DVD, it came with like a CD from like the band in the movie Stillwater. I don't know if it was actually them playing the music. Like, there's no way Jason Lee was making this music, but like I listened to that CD so much, like when I was in high school for some reason. I don't know. Just another thought. Another one, a part of the sale. Kindergarten Cop, baby. Love me some Schwarzenegger. What can be said about Kindergarten Cop? Boys have penises, girls have vaginas.
And Miko Hughes.
Yeah.
Lil Gage. I have nothing to offer this. I love this movie. I feel no guilt in it. It's hilarious. It's not a Tuma. It's
so many amazing one-liners, and honestly, really heartfelt as much as it is like awesome action at the beginning and the end of the movie. Yeah, again, another one of those movies I've had on DVD for over 25 years.
I think that was another snapper case.
Yeah, when I was in college, me and my roommates, like, I feel like every week we would be in the dorm room being like, you know what? Let's watch like Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, or like, let's watch Friday the 13th movies. One weekend I went down to like Suncoast Video when I was home, when I didn't have any class or anything. And I bought like 15 Arnold Schwarzenegger DVDs, and we just like binge watched them. And ever since, I've been like a super huge fan. Not that like I've been watching Schwarzenegger films since I was like probably like 3 years old, but revisiting them in college, kind of like now they're like a part of me. So being able to buy them on 4K now is just fucking awesome. Get your ass to class. I like that. I like that a lot. What else? Oh, again, the sale really got me. The tax return Vicky and I got this year was actually like pretty good. So I had no guilt or buyer's remorse over being like, well, let's buy 3, get them for the price of 2.
I paid my credit card bill. He bought movies.
Yeah. 4K of Anchorman. It's been years since we've watched this. Another movie that came out while I was in high school, it got like beaten to death, much like the Chappelle Show. Like everyone was walking around quoting it.
Milk
so
was
much
a bad choice.
So much to the point that I almost like hated it.
Yeah.
But like
now in hindsight, I'm just like, oh my God.
I'm like, yeah. And like comedies in 4K, like I don't need them in 4K at all.
You don't, but you
like,
did.
Yeah, but like getting it for the price of 2, had to pick it up. I always liked it, but like I said, when I was in high school, kids beat this shit into the ground so much that I almost didn't like it. But yeah, this is one we haven't even like popped in yet, but it'll be fun when we're fucking bored out of our minds.
I feel like I'm in a glass case of emotion could be a very usable quote.
Nowadays, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, it's what's not to love about Anchorman. Now that it's like over with and no one's like constantly quoting it at you, it's easier to love again. Since my stack is like bigger than yours.
Oh, yeah.
Here's one that I didn't get on 4K, but was like $5. James Wan's Dead Silence. Another one I had on DVD. Haven't seen this since the movie theater or when I bought the DVD. I remember really liking it. I know there's the 4K from Scream Factory or whatever. I don't need this movie in 4K, and
but in Blu-ray, yes.
Yeah.
I've never seen it naturally.
Really?
No.
Mary Shaw?
No.
Oh. I always thought it was okay, but it'll be fun to revisit. It's definitely not one I will plan on watching like a ton. So the Blu-ray will work just fine for that. You hate the cover that much that you won't watch it. Okay. That's fair. But honestly, the movie's God, I can't even give a valid response to that, but it's okay.
I love Lamp. Like, those things are still just ingrained in my brain. But that was probably the last. It was like before Will Ferrell got beaten into our brains.
Britt killed a guy.
And Paul Rudd, we actually quote it
fairly
frequently, but like we're not thinking of Anchorman when we're quoting it to each other. 60% of the time it works. Every time.
It's got a real panther in it.
We've said that a couple of times recently.
It's funny when you like think about the shit that you just like are quoting from movies and stuff, and then realizing like, God, a lot of it is from this, a lot of it is from that.
I'm also just a huge Paul Rudd fan, so even just remembering that he's in Anchorman, I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it soon.
I don't care, Uzi.
I could already rewatch that.
Oh, dude, yeah. We rewatched U.S. Marshals the other weekend, too. Like, we did it back-to-back, The Fugitive and U.S. Marshals. Oh, man, what a great double feature. But definitely check out Dead Silence, Uzi. I think it's definitely, like, one you'll get a kick out of. It's certainly no fucking Category 3 movie that you like watching, but it's definitely fun and atmospheric. So, what else? Picked up Coppola's Dracula from, what was this, 92?
I've only seen it one time.
Another one, I had it on DVD. I was like holding off on buying the 4K of this just because I was like, I'm going to watch this once every 10 years. And sorry about like the glare. I put all like my Steelbooks in like those Malco protectors because they get fucking destroyed in the shelves. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to revisiting this one, especially like when it's dark and like
I really enjoyed it. I love Gary Oldman, and
Gary
I couldn't
Oldman,
believe that I
amazing.
hadn't seen
Keanu,
it.
Winona.
I remember my parents having a copy of it. One of the few movies my parents actually bought from the store and didn't just tape it off HBO. I remember like the gray VHS cover with the red lettering, and I was
That's
like,
the one I just literally stuck in our like to sell pile.
I would stare at it from the couch. For some reason never watched it, but I loved it though. I watched your DVD copy of it.
There we go. Well, now I'm really excited also to check it out. Like there's something that I find so nice about revisiting movies I haven't seen in a long time in 4K, because sometimes it's almost like a new experience. Like what were we watching? I forget what we were watching last weekend, but I was just like, man, like I like this so much more now. And the movie didn't change, obviously. Like obviously my opinions have, but like the quality just, oh man, like the fucking way things have changed. Like growing up, like all my like tapes and shit, like watching, it's just like so much nicer. It's like, wow. So this is what they meant to show us this whole time.
Yeah.
Agreed. It's not exactly like my type of movie per se, but like I can't deny how good it is.
And to respond to Jack, my
This one?
favorite vampire movie is Near Dark.
She loves Near Dark.
I love Near Dark. I've never been a big Dracula person as a whole,
which is weird because we like every Dracula movie we see.
But I didn't have an urge to see it when I was younger. Whereas like Frankenstein, I've always been drawn to.
We still to this day have not watched the new Nosferatu either.
No, well, when it's free.
Yeah.
And I have 3 hours.
But we liked Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Yeah.
Renfield, I honestly thought, speaking of Nicolas Cage, we thought that was actually pretty good. My favorite is definitely fucking Fright Night, 100%. Love The Lost Boys, but Fright Night's my favorite for sure.
And Near Dark for me, like I said, I love it. It brings back so many good childhood memories of my parents letting me watch pretty much whatever I wanted.
Yes. Yeah. Whoa. Really, Swole? I've heard mixed things myself. I'm not the biggest Robert Eggers fan. I liked The Witch. I hated The Lighthouse. Like hated it.
We were both groaning through The Lighthouse the whole time. Naturally at home, we didn't go.
I wanted to like it, but it was just, oh my god, dude! Like
it was a long lot.
To me that is such a movie like for people that are like, I think it's one of those things people say they like, but they don't actually like it. Like how often are you rewatching The fucking Lighthouse? Let's be real.
I actually really loved the original Nosferatu. I sought it out and saw it on my own at some point when I was younger.
Uzi says he loves Nosferatu.
But
strokes for different books.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But when I saw they were remaking Nosferatu, I was like, that's curious. And then I was like genuinely interested. And then I heard Robert Eggers was doing it. And I was like,
for me, it was
I'm a little less interested now.
For me, it was seeing the runtime. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. Like
bring back 90-minute movies.
For real. That's what's like kind of cool about some of these new like horror movies that have been coming out. I've been looking at like the runtime, like that new one that the fucking kid from Stranger Things did, Finn Wolfhard or whatever. His new camp slasher is like essentially 90 minutes, which I'm like, oh, great. Like I'll definitely see that when it's free. I'm not going to go to the theater to see a movie like that these days.
Yeah, we're taking it easy this year because last year we went to the movies a lot and still managed to not have seen so many into this year.
Yeah, I am looking forward to seeing The Monkey too, which I think comes next week. And something else too,
Companions on HBO.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. Yeah. Another Steelbook that I just never picked up. Ghostbusters 1 and 2, 4K. Another one I've had on DVD forever, but admittedly, much like Dracula, I'm not like the biggest Ghostbusters fan. Fucking love the first Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And I didn't even really mind the new ones with like Paul Rudd and whatever.
They were fine. I personally have no attachment to the Ghostbusters. It wasn't something I grew up with.
Yeah, that was my problem too. Is like I grew up watching like Jason movies. So by the time I got around to watching Ghostbusters, I was already like 7 or 8 years old. So I missed out on like that like nostalgia, and I wanted like blood and violence more than like comedy. You know what I mean? But I still love Ghostbusters. It's just not one of my favorites growing up, but had to pick this up, and it was finally part of that fucking crazy Amazon sale.
All right, I'm gonna go now.
Hold on.
Yeah, catch up with comments.
Let me catch up with comments.
I've been reading them over your shoulder.
Oh, my bad.
Focus on them for a moment.
Wait, Uzi, you never saw it? Really?
Read the next comment. It's really great.
Look
at that, Uzi.
There you go. It's literally two dudes trapped in a fucking lighthouse, and they just get on each other's nerves, and it's just kind of like a trippy art house, essentially like take on people going mad. I don't know. You could like it. You could.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
We're not here to tell you what to think.
Yeah,
if you
it
like
wasn't
it,
for
good
me.
for you.
You blind bought Companion, Uzi. Interesting. I heard nothing but good things.
Yeah, we'll see it next week. Finally.
Did you see Willem Dafoe and Antichrist? Yes, of
I
course.
saw it one time. I don't think I finished it. I was
Don't you see his fucking schlong in there?
His schwanz. Yeah, you do.
I
was very thrown off by that, but I was younger. So
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? And I think it was when I signed my parents up for the IFC Center before they realized that I had full control over what cable they were paying for.
I'm not like the biggest Lars von Trier fan.
Yeah, that fucked me up.
That movie is undeniably beautiful, like cinematography wise and everything. It just isn't for me. It is a little hard to watch, especially like watching Willem Dafoe like have sex while his baby is essentially walking out of the fucking balcony in the first 2 minutes of the movie is deeply disturbing. But I don't really. It wasn't really for me.
I just pulled it up to see
it is
when
crazy.
It came out. I was 20 when it came out, so I was very thrown.
Yeah, it's
I don't think I finished it. Maybe I did. I don't know.
It's beautifully shot. If you're into movies like for like the visual stimulation, like it's definitely one to see, but prepare yourself for some crazy shit.
Yeah, Antichrist is crazy.
Yes.
I'll eventually go back to it. I've been in my older age have been wanting to visit or revisit some of his movies just to get a better idea. He made the Nymphomaniac
That's
movies.
right, yeah.
And one of the actresses the actress from The Science of Sleep is in the Nymphomaniac movies.
Yes.
And that fucked me up because I love her.
I watched the first one of those and I was like, I'm not watching part 2. They're just not for me. But like, I'm sure some people love them. Those just aren't movies that like I really care to watch that often.
Again, with Antichrist, I think I could go into it with a better older mindset now.
Well, now that you and me like watch the movies and
crazy
as we're watching, we're just kind of like, whoa, like look at the framing of that shot.
Well,
like,
no, that's you. He'll stare at me and I'll be like, what? And he'll be like point it out. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Look at the framing. Just nerd shit. That's all. It's all good. Go ahead. You could go.
Next movie in my stack is Misery. I've only seen this admittedly a couple of times. It's enough. I love Misery.
But how many times could you watch it? You know what I mean?
I found out about it from Bravo's
top 100 back when we were kids.
Moments.
Wow.
Yeah. That was how I found out about it. So I was already privy to The Hobbling before I'd ever seen the movie because it was the only thing everyone interviewed could talk about.
Well,
so
how can you forget Kathy Bates hobbling James Caan with the fucking sledgehammer?
I was already privy to it before seeing it, so I wasn't as shocked as I probably should have been. Now I can watch it directly happen.
One of my favorite Stephen King adaptations for sure. Again, it's just another one of those movies I've had sitting in an old crusty DVD that I never upgraded because the Scream Factory one was always insanely priced. And then Kino Lorber obviously did this one. And thank you, Amazon. I hate saying thank you, Amazon, but I got these for like no money. So it was great.
Well, Amazon saves me over $200 on my prescriptions every month.
That's true. Whatever. She gets like all her prescriptions that she needs for like her epilepsy and stuff through Amazon. So bless them as much as fuck them.
Walgreens was charging me over $300 a month. So whatever.
There you go. Nymphomaniac sucked.
I accept that.
I didn't think it sucked. It's just not for me. Like, it's a good movie, but like, it ain't my type of movie. I like this. The Wrath of Khan.
Nice.
Great. Good. You're full of puns today, Uzi. I love
Look
it.
at you. Did you have off from work today?
All right. Next one, just random. Hatchet 2.
The only one you didn't have on Blu-ray.
Yes, I had all of
See,
these
I
on
listen.
Blu-ray.
I listen. See that?
And someone put this up used on Orbit. I know a lot of people don't like the Hatchet movies. I find enjoyment in just how simple and dumb they are. To kind of shut your brain off and watch like Kane Hodder fucking slaughter a bunch of people type of shit. Ironically, I like part 2 the best, and it was the only one I still had on DVD and didn't have on Blu-ray. And Adam Green was really nice to us.
Are you guys ready for? I'm gonna make my story time as short as possible, but a story time.
Yeah.
My sister got me The Hatchet on DVD as a joke gift one Christmas because she had heard it was so bad that like we had to see it. We saw it. I moved on with my life, whatever. Then we meet. Years later, get married, go on our honeymoon. We went on a little road trip. We end up, our last stop was New Orleans, where we spent a few days, like even extended our stay.
Yeah.
And we went on a swamp tour in New Orleans, and it was the Honey Island swamp tour.
Yeah, which was funny. We came back. We're like, let's
watch
watch
Hatchet. He's like, it's in New Orleans.
We watch a bunch of New Orleans shit and just get like, re-psyched on all the shit we just saw. And we're like,
all
oh,
of
fuck.
it. The swamp tour they go on in the Hatchet is the Honey Island swamp tour.
Yeah.
So
Checking
I
out
was
gators
just
and shit.
slamming my hand on the couch through the whole movie. So I have a newfound appreciation.
Yeah, they're I get why people wouldn't like them because they're just there's not much there. It's just your typical slice and dice type of bullshit, but they're fine.
Yeah.
And we were at like a NJ HorrorCon, probably 9 years ago. And Adam Green was just there. He does these like dog rescues with like Yorkies.
Yorkie rescue.
And we were just like hanging around, like looking at all the dogs. And I'm pretty sure he
had copies of Victor Crowley.
Victor Crowley had just come out.
Yes, and we couldn't find it.
We couldn't find it
any
anywhere
of
at
the
the
tables
time,
or anywhere else. And he had them. We're like, screw it, and he just signed. Like, I
it
guess
for free.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of getting movies signed.
Yeah, but he was so sweet. He's like, I'm gonna sign it for you. Is that cool? And we were like, yeah, of course, man. Thank you. So yeah, I'll always have respect for Adam Green, and I'll always like those movies because of that. It's nice having like cool experiences with people who they really have no reason to be like super nice to you, but for this guy to be like standing there with his dog being like, yeah, Hatchet's fun. Victor Crowley, my favorite one I've ever done. Sign it.
But it was also just hilarious because we're literally there just because we want to see this movie. So thank you. And here you go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I still have it right here. Oh yeah, and he only signed it to you.
Nice. Well, we have similar names, Victoria. Me and Victor Crowley.
Yeah.
I mean.
But yeah, what else we got? Oh yeah. Another one I just never picked up. The Scream Factory Slither. I fucking love Slither. This movie came out when I was working at a movie theater, ironically. It's fantastic, man. It's essentially like the 2000s rendition of Night of the Creeps. A bunch of worms crawl into people and turn them into these big giant blobs.
Have we watched that together?
Not in a long time. We did a long time ago.
Okay, yeah.
But
so
yeah, we'll revisit it now that we upgraded it. But Michael Rooker, what's her name? Elizabeth Banks is like his wife. Michael Rooker, just gross, like passing the worms along, and he turns into this big slug monster.
Same.
It's fucking great, man. James Gunn, I think, the guy who's directing all the new DC like Superman shit, made this. Yeah, Slither. Love Slither. What else we got here? Let me catch up here.
Uzi with the hatchet.
Don't remember anything, just a swamp. Yeah, and what's his name? The new guy and the kid from Grandma's Boy. Yeah. Oh, how much do clothes cost in The Matrix?
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the second one, it was Danielle Harris takes the role of the final girl. Fucking Tony Todd.
I haven't seen the second one in 25 years.
Oh, here you go.
Sure. I don't think she's seen The Hatchet since I watched it with her that first time.
Yes, sir. Trauma alum, Mr. James Gunn. Now he's directing fucking Superman movies. Crazy. Because these next two will kind of go together. Another one I hadn't seen in years but needed to upgrade. Motherfucking Team America on 4K.
And I've only seen it once with you.
I mean, I don't remember a lot about this except how over the top it is. But I just remember the one scene where like the two puppets are fucking, and the one scene where like the one puppet's at the bar getting wasted and he's fucking throwing up for like 5 minutes straight. But we love South Park, love Trey Parker, Matt Stone, which the other one I bought was the South Park movie, Bigger, Longer, Uncut on 4K. Do these need 4Ks? Definitely not. But I'm very curious to see what something like South Park looks like on 4K. But yeah, these were just two movies I've had on DVD forever, never upgraded, and finally did it.
I saw the South Park movie before I ever saw an episode of South Park.
Get the fuck
because
out of here.
I wasn't allowed.
Have we had this conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
I was not allowed to watch very few things. My parents' selection of those very few things were very fucking strange. South Park was one of those things. So I don't even know how I saw the movie. It must have been on TV, like when I was home alone.
Ironically, what seems kind of interesting is with all like the shit going on in the United States these days, with Canada and Trump wanting to make it like the next state or whatever, it seems like the new season when they were showing the preview that they're going to like kind of dive back into this storyline, which I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, and I'm going to need a refresh because like I had
so down.
In the era of mixed CDs and burning CDs at home, I had sound clips from South Park with Kyle's mom is a big fat bitch and blah, blah, blah. Like I had those sound clips on CDs in my childhood, but I hadn't seen the episodes for them.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't allowed to watch.
Here's a question. Welcome, Wedgie Master 2. Love the name. What is your favorite holiday vacation place? You go for it.
I've never gone on a holiday vacation.
We've gone to plenty of places together. You liked Nashville, New Orleans.
I don't drink anymore.
Florida?
Florida was the most recent.
You enjoyed that?
I did enjoy that. It's very laid back.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough to say. When it comes to trips I've taken, like skateboarding and vacation trips for me are totally different. But skateboarding wise, I loved going to San Francisco, one of my favorite places to skate ever. I mean, obviously. But as far as vacation goes, my grandparents used to have this small condo in the Florida Keys that was fucking beautiful, man. Like it's a place I can't even describe. So like, I'd say probably the Florida Keys for me. I've never really gone abroad or anything, so I can't vouch for that, but I've always wanted to go to Ireland, always wanted to go to Italy and visit like Rome and shit, all the Giallo shit. Like I would love to do that.
I would say out of all the places I've gone with you, because I hadn't been very many places before you, I would still say New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans is great.
Great, amazing food. Granted, we were heavy drinking at the time.
We've been sober for like 3 years now, so I don't know how much we would enjoy New Orleans anymore.
But we'd remember it better.
We would, yeah.
There's still food and the coffee,
yes.
and there's still a lot to do. We would just actually appreciate it. So let's go.
Yeah. Another one I picked up that I needed to upgrade from DVD. John Carpenter's Vampires on 4K. This one I got at Orbit. I love vampires. To me, this was probably Carpenter's last great movie. I love James Woods in this.
James Woods.
I don't know how many times we talk a lot about like quotes me and her say. I say to her all the time, like, "Hey, Padre, you get a little wood? Little mahogany," all the time from this movie.
All the time, and I didn't realize it was from that.
Yeah,
so
and
there you go.
Cheryl Lee from Twin Peaks, one of the Baldwins. I just really like this movie. It's kind of like Carpenter's sort of Western, and like this gang of vampire hunters just flushing out vampires is so much fun, and Woods is so funny. And yeah, it's just goofy, schlocky fun.
Yeah, hit these comments.
I will. Sorry for not going through these quicker. Welcome to Wally World. Ironically, Uzi, we say that a lot too. Savannah, Georgia for you. Cool. Imagine being whisked away to the wonderment of Delaware.
We're in Delaware. We're not.
Dude, so fucking tight. Oh, Jack, used to live in London. It's a great place to visit because you can go to other countries. Yeah, all of Europe, really. I would love to go. I've never fucking took the plunge, man. Love to, though.
Maybe when I pay off my credit debt.
How did you first discover giallo? I've kind of always been on the fringe of giallo. Like, I've always owned Deep Red. I've always owned Tenebrae and Phenomena for like 2 decades now. I just never dove fully headfirst in until like 2 or 3 years ago.
Shudder had a big collection listed, like a menu option of giallo features.
Yeah.
And that was when we first dove in, because it took him a while to really like get me to sit down and watch a giallo with him. I didn't appreciate them yet.
Yeah, like we watched all the classics, like all the ones that everyone talks about, like New York Ripper, Opera, all the Argento shit. Like
New York Ripper probably was the first one to stick with me, but it was still just so like on the cusp of being a slasher.
Yeah, I'd say like, I don't know, 3 years ago was when we really were like, let's watch one. And then we just spiraled. Like, and we watched
Shudder seemed to mentally be in line with our thought
process. We watched like 40 in like a month's time, and we just fell in love with it. And now anytime I see one like on sale, or like a new one gets put up on Shudder or even Netflix and shit sometimes.
Tubi. Like, Tubi has all of the ones that Shudder had.
So like if you're watching any of our giallo videos and are like, oh, like I wonder where I can watch that, chances are it's probably on Tubi. What do we got here? Random. I didn't know Sully from the movie Kids. Yes. What was his name?
I love
how we're watching. We're like currently in a rewatch. Don't cringe at us because we cringe at ourselves. We've been rewatching Sons of Anarchy for some reason, just to throw something on.
And he played a prospect during one season.
Leo Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
He's also a big character in The Wire.
Aside from my TV watching with Bill, I have been in my first rewatch of The Wire of the year. And he's a small character in the show, but he lasts through 4 of the 5 seasons.
Ironically, Casper Justin Pierce was a very renowned in the skate community. And, there's like this weird, like unspoken skateboard beef that like, if you're not a skateboarder, this doesn't matter to you, but like a very prominent pro skateboarder, Guy Mariano, slept with Justin Pierce's wife. And like Guy Mariano is like, if he comes to New York, like he's probably going to get like fucked up and killed.
To this day.
Because Justin Pierce, like that's one of like the triggers that like eventually led to him killing himself, which is like really sad. What else? Only a couple more. Fulci's Don't Torture a Duckling in 4K. This is one I had on Blu-ray from Arrow.
For not very long.
Yeah, it was just one of those things. I was like, I don't need to upgrade it. And then I saw everyone buying it. And I'm like, fuck, it's Fulci. Of course I'm going to get it. But yeah, love this giallo film. It's very dark. Florinda Balkan, Barbara Boucher. A bunch of like young boys are brutally murdered, and like the town is trying to figure out who it is. They think it's this witch who's burying like voodoo dolls in the dirt. There's like a scene where Florinda Balkan gets just like beaten very slowly in this graveyard, and it's like insane. And like a scene where Barbara Boucher is essentially just like full frontal naked in front of this like young teenage boy, and you're just like, dude, what the fuck, man. But great score. One of the all-time dummy drops where like this priest goes flying off a cliff, and you can see this dummy's face like scraping against the side of this cliff.
I don't remember a lot about this movie because we've only watched it once, and we've watched a lot since then.
Yeah.
But I remember the dummy drop.
It's almost essentially the same exact dummy drop, just with a different dummy in the psychic.
What else do you have? I know Uzi said a couple things.
You already know I pre-ordered it, bruv. Kids does have a fucking great soundtrack, yeah. Top 10 young boys brutally murdered movie. Hard to deny. You're up, my love.
So this one is an all-time favorite of mine.
The 4K of Fincher 7.
David Fincher is by far my favorite director of all time.
Outside of horror, me too. 100%.
In general for me.
Yeah.
I
just think people associate me in horror movies so much that I have to say that sometimes.
Yeah, everyone at this point pretty much knows not to
You could slide it out if you want. It's pretty cool.
Explicitly talk movies with me because I joke all the time. Bill's the movie guy. I'm the TV guy. But even so, like not with current things.
Then you got to give it a hard shake because I stuck the fucking stupid ass J card in there.
That you insist on keeping.
I can't get rid of them.
I do still prefer the
yeah, we're keeping the DVD release because it comes in like a sketchbook.
That notebook,
yeah.
Just like John Doe's notebooks. It's so cool. So like I can't part with that.
But still very cool media book style. It's been a long time since I've seen like a company do a media book.
My favorite is the photo on the stairs of Brad Pitt, David Mills yelling at John Doe.
Yeah. But super cool.
Yeah.
Obviously a fucking all-timer movie. Probably my favorite Fincher. And I love Fincher. I love everything he's ever done, even Alien 3. I know everyone fucking likes to shit on Alien 3, but fuck you.
I have a really hard time even ranking David Fincher movies because I love so many of them for so many reasons. The only one I haven't been able to get to and through is Mank because I have never seen...
Oh, you've never seen Citizen Kane.
Yeah,
right,
so I'm like, well, I have to see that before I see Mank.
Well, it's funny because like if you know my backstory, not that everyone would, but like I went to film school, so like the movie Citizen Kane was
he
just
has
like,
an extreme distaste,
just like fucking beaten into my brain over and over again to the point where I'm like, fuck Citizen Kane. Like,
well, he also hated Eraserhead for the reason
that I turned around on. Yeah,
I turned him. I'm taking full credit. I turned him around on it because I loved it, and then I guess watching it for joy turned you around and watching it with someone who liked it. I have to see it. It's still on my list.
There was like a kind of a controversy with that 4K of 7 that like they used like a generative AI in certain parts. I looked at the scenes that people were talking about. It did not bother me at all. It
was stupid and didn't need it, but
I'm not like a proponent for AI by any means, but like it didn't change the way the movie was to me. And I think the 4K was beautiful. As a matter of fact, like while we were watching it to get like the best experience, I literally had this like tutorial pulled up on my phone to adjust all the settings on our like giant TV to make sure it like looked perfect. And it did.
he becomes Silvio Dante in The Sopranos. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in because he like, as soon as I think he's done messing with the picture settings on our TV, we've had it for 4 months now.
Yeah, I picked it up
6 months ago.
Yeah, maybe half a year ago, but like we finally got like a real high-end TV rather than just like a standard 4K TV.
And the first like week we had it, he was changing the picture settings every time we turned it on. But you know, I got past it because it had been so long. No, they pulled him back in.
What do we got? Oh, welcome. Hi. If you could choose only one decade for movies to take with you, which decade would it be?
90s.
Oh, 80s for me. I grew up watching 80s comedies, 80s slasher movies. Lately, though, like the amount of movies, what decade I watched the most? 70s for sure. With like all the giallo movies we've been watching, I've definitely been watching 70s movies the most, but 80s.
90s for me, it's definitely due to childhood in almost every venture, music as well, clothing.
Yeah, I mean, we are 90s kids. I was born.
That's why I'm saying I think it was a matter of like that's when we grew up.
Yeah, we were born in the tail end of the 80s, so like we can't really say we're 80s kids. We were born in the 80s.
No, we're 90s kids.
Yeah, we couldn't really like give any kind of.
But I enjoy and appreciate so many 90s movies, most if not all.
Oh, absolutely. These are all movies that Uzi has suggested to you. 7 Bloodstained Orchids, man.
I knew you said Red Rock West.
I've been dying to see that one. I know it's on like Tubi or something, but I want to buy the movie to watch it. But it is a Lenzi movie, so. But I've heard fantastic things about that one. What do you got? Did you order that 57 Short Night of Glass Dolls? I ordered the 88 Films version, and this is going to sound...
Oh my God, it's that movie.
Yeah, this is going to sound like super dumb and like who gives a shit. I wanted to get the Celluloid Dreams one because it's American made and I don't have to use my region free player. Granted, I use my region free player to play everything.
Every movie.
But the Celluloid Dreams one comes in a Blu-ray blue case. And that kind of like aesthetically fucks with my head. So I bought the 88 Films one because it comes in the standard black 4K case.
Do you guys see what I'm living with?
Yeah. What do we got here? 7 has some definitely horrific murders, even if people don't consider it. Yeah, I consider it horror.
It's
adjacent.
definitely in line with like a psychological thriller, but yeah, it's a fucking horror movie. It's in my opinion more of a horror movie than Silence of the Lambs. And that's on the table with that argument.
I do, Uzi. It's not so much that like I care about the color of the case. It's just that it's a 4K. Like I want it to be the black case. You know, I don't know. Just, yes, OCD is exactly what Jack said. That yes, it's definitely kind of a level of OCD. But I'm really looking forward to checking that movie out because I've heard nothing but fantastic things. And last was the biggest one for me, and we just rewatched. Well, we didn't rewatch it. We watched the composer's cut for the very first time last night. The Beyond.
Very solid.
From Grindhouse. And yeah, the composer's cut was awesome. It's like almost like got a new soundtrack by Fabio Frizzi that's almost like a little more rock inspired. Yeah, but it was great. The Beyond is one of my favorite movies of all time. Easily my favorite Fulci, but yeah, you got like the booklet with like all like the great write-ups and stuff in there.
And yet again, Nolans.
Yep. Fucking love The Beyond. And what's really cool is that it comes in this Book of Avon slipcase, well, media book.
I was going to get up to go get the eyeball it comes with, but then I realized I can't properly show you guys.
Yeah. It came with like a little fucking stupid eyeball, but it comes with so many amazing editions of the film. You got the theatrical cut on 4K, the composer's cut on 4K, all of them on Blu-ray. And then you also get the 7 Doors of Death, which is like the original US cut, which I've had the DVD of for 25, 30 years. And
I love that you look at me like I would know the answer.
But I could finally get rid of it. So like, yeah, the 7 Doors of Death is in there and the soundtrack, of course. But one of my favorite movies of all time. And I can confidently say that it was worth every penny. Granted, it was an expensive set, but I can rationalize it when it's a movie I just like absolutely love.
I want to show this because I just want to point out, look at what a little cutie he is.
How do you not love Fulci?
Like,
man?
What a little angel pie. I don't know where that came from. It just felt right.
Yeah. I'm ironically getting this tattooed on me in like a week.
And so. I'm getting Fulci.
Oh, yeah.
Just kidding.
But yeah, guys, if you've been like holding out on grabbing The Beyond, I definitely suggest you get it because it's like, it's so good. And it is so the definitive edition of a movie that, God, it's great when a movie that deserves this kind of great, huge edition finally gets one because it's like, listen, I love Rumpelstiltskin. I think it's great, cheesy fun. But movies like this deserve that treatment, not movies like Rumpelstiltskin. I bought it, love it, but like, where's my giant edition of like, Friday the 13th Part 4 or something like that, you know? Shit that deserves it. But anyway, that is everything we picked up recently. It seems like a lot because it kind of is.
He picked it up. I was just here along for the ride.
Uzi, what do you got here? Beyond maybe my second favorite movie of all time. Dude, honestly, after revisiting it last night, I had like this thought in my head. I know this sounds so dumb, but I'm like, I might have to add this to my top 4 on Letterboxd. I love The Beyond so much. I didn't change anything yet. Swole, my favorite Fulci. Hard to deny, my man. It is a fucking beast. Oh, whoa. Cool story alert. What do we got? I first saw The Beyond at a nightclub in Paris. Fucking A. I have no idea why it was playing in the background. Yeah. That's cool as hell, though.
Well, that's like when you walked into that store in San Fran when that guy had Street Trash.
Oh, yeah. My first trip to San Francisco in like 2005. I I walked into some random store and they had Street Trash playing on a TV. I had never seen it, had never heard of it. And I'm just standing there watching this movie and I'm like, I asked the people, like, what is this? Like, I need to see this. And I walked down the street to, I think it was like the Virgin Mega Store of San Fran at the time or something. And there it was. And that's how I first saw Street Trash. So
and then
similar kind of story.
And then he introduced me to it years later.
Yeah. What do we got? But look at Grindhouse. They announce it and ship it in a month as opposed to Massacre. Yeah, dude. I can't believe the turnaround. But that's how it should be done, man. Like, announce this stuff with it either like in hand or like it's already in production. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I love Vinegar Syndrome to death, but like sometimes waiting over a month to get the stuff. Granted, I'm not a subscriber, but like it's just like, yo, I'm paying you big money. I want this quicker. That sounds like selfish as shit, but like, I don't know. Oh yeah? Give it time, man. I'm sure some company will end up doing that. Yep. And they're running out of you. You guys are too funny. But yeah, what else has been going on?
We're watching our friend's cat. That was nice.
Yeah.
The cat figured out quickly that I'm a cat person, that Bill is not.
Yeah, I'm more of a dog guy.
I made her purr. She meowed today for the first time.
I'm trying to think of what we've watched recently that maybe we never talked about on the channel. We did watch Y2K, Kyle Mooney's movie, the horror movie he made that takes place
saw a lot of people slamming it on Letterboxd, and I was blown away because I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's just essentially a nostalgia bait kind of movie that takes place New Year's Eve when 1999 turns into 2000, and it's like almost like a comedic take on like what if like the robots and computers actually did kind of take over.
And I can't help but wonder if I was kind of spoiled because at my age I wouldn't have been aware of as many references that were made.
Oh, I got everything. That was perfect age.
Too. Yeah. But that's what I'm trying to say is that I have an older sister who's 9 years older than me. So she was in high school when I was in 5th grade when Y2K was happening. So I understood more references than I probably would have if I didn't have an older sister.
I mean, that was what was so fun about it to me was just like hearing all the music and then like Fred Durst popping up. Them on like AOL Instant Messenger and shit was super funny to me.
I'm still blown away by what are they called? The wizard sticks? Those like sticks that Kyle Mooney's character was playing with.
Whatever happened to the devil sticks?
Devil sticks. Yeah. And my sister and her friends, all of them had them. And I was a child. I could not figure that out. And they all just seemingly knew how to do it.
I think the movie itself, like, kind of like
pushed a lot of memories.
I mean, it's just nostalgia bait, but it went too fast. It's like you didn't get enough time to like fully care, but you didn't really care because you're kind of like basking in this nostalgic feeling of like, oh man, I remember when I used to come home from school and like sit on AIM and talk to sweet babes and shit. But yeah, it just happens to
sweet babes and shit.
But yeah, just like kind of. That's all it was. What else did we watch? We watched that movie Red Rooms that Vinegar Syndrome put out. That got put on in Shudder. We watched that a long time ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, we had been watched that.
The movie about a girl who is, it starts out and she's like sitting in on this like murder case where this guy supposedly murdered these young girls. And you're like kind of confused as to why she's sitting in on it because she's like this famous model. But super dark and very interesting take. It's like a French horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Where you don't really know where it's going, but it's very interesting and different. Like it's almost like twisted in a way, like this girl's obsession over wanting to watch this video of this girl being killed on the dark web. It's insane, but really, really enjoyed that one just because it's kind of like, I don't even know the word I would use to describe it. Just twisted.
We also watched A Complete Unknown.
Oh yeah, we did finally watch the new like Bob Dylan biopic. That was okay.
We say finally because Bill is a huge Bob Dylan fan.
But I was like borderline
diehard
obsessive in college, and like it was fine. I'm not the biggest Timothée Chalamet fan, but like it was cool to see Edward Norton in like another role. If you like Bob Dylan, you'll like it. It's just like
or you won't.
Yeah, but it's just like one of those movies like. Biopics all are the same. It's like they take the most popular portion of this person's life and like here it is again. Like Bob Dylan going electric is so talked about that watching it I was like,
I know all
this
already,
stuff,
and
and it just,
I'm so unfamiliar with
you
Bob
liked
Dylan.
it.
I did enjoy it.
Yeah, so
it.
that says more to me than what I think about it. That you don't know a lot about it, and you liked it.
I think I agreed that it felt very sped up, but he has had such a vast and
prolific life. Yeah.
Yeah. So like to cover a lot of the main points, the fact that they sped things up was to include some things that maybe they didn't need to.
Yeah.
But they did.
Yeah.
So whatever. I have no attachment to it, but I did enjoy it. We also watched Twisters finally.
Oh yeah, we did finally watch the sequel to Twisters. That was another
the same
one.
Movie. As
it was
the
just
one.
Essentially watching Twister again, but with Glenn Powell.
Oh, we also finally watched Nora.
We did finally watch Nora as well. Did it deserve Best Picture and Best Actress? Yeah, that's up for debate. I really liked it, but it was fine. I don't know. The best part about Nora to me was that
the surprise comedy of it.
It was like very funny. Like there's this like group of what were they? They weren't Russian. Like the family was Russian, but they were like Armenian
mercenaries.
But like
Armenians,
whoever like they send to like collect him and try to get Nora out of his life was so fucking funny, man.
I, as a woman, understand the deeper meanings of the movie, I think.
Which would be what?
How it ended.
Like her just like going through it in a sense?
Like I don't want to say anything in case anyone hasn't seen it.
Okay.
So we'll talk about it
another time. But
I can't argue that it didn't deserve Best Picture. I just think that goes to show the quality of movies we're getting. Good. It was good, but what it was up against, I'm like, I won't argue.
I would have. I mean, granted, I'm a big fan of like body horror shit.
So and I loved The Substance, but I didn't see that winning Best Picture for a second.
But I did want Demi to win.
The Best Actress at the very least.
Yeah, but I can't deny Mikey Madison, like going from like a fucking Ghostface killer in Scream 5 to being a fucking Best Actress winner is prolific.
And I've been watching her since she was on Better Things with Pamela Adlon.
That's right,
that TV show. So I've literally been watching her for years. So I've watched her grow up. So to watch her get a spot in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and the Scream movie, and now this, it's like fucking wild. But I would like to point out the irony of Demi Moore losing out on Best Actress. Well,
essentially the tale of The Substance. Yeah. But Mikey Madison's like portrayal of this like New Yorker kind of,
it was really funny.
Yeah, like she did a great job. Yeah. So like her winning, like I'm not mad at it, but at the same time I'm like, really?
But again, like I say, I call into question the quality of the movies that we're getting, because normally I didn't see that many movies that were nominated this year. Still, like I hadn't seen Nora yet.
That's true. Yeah, when we watched the Oscars too, and we were like,
we watched the Oscars before we saw the movie.
Strange Days. I don't know if I've ever seen Strange Days, dude.
Uzi, thank you for bringing that up.
Is that one that he wants you to watch?
No, Strange Days is on the very short list of things I wasn't allowed to watch as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll rent that for us today.
Catherine Bigelow directed, huh? Cool.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's how my parents were so hyper aware of it. Strange Days was one of the movies that was taped from HBO that my parents had, and I wasn't allowed to watch it.
What do you think of Japanese movies like Uzumaki 2000, sometimes called Spiral? Never seen it. And if I just want to be completely like,
I'm very unaware.
Yeah, unfamiliar. To be completely transparent. Haven't seen a lot.
I do take recommendations.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I definitely. What was Perfect Days? Was that Japanese?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. The movie Perfect Days from a couple years ago. Amazing.
I love it. It was my favorite movie of technically last year, because it wasn't available in America until last year.
But as far as like J horror and stuff like that, I've seen Ringu, I've seen Ju-on, like all the big heavies, but I haven't really dove that deep. Over time, I'm sure I will, but not much. What is your favorite modern movie? Good question. I'd have to think about that. Favorite modern movie. What about you? Probably Perfect Days for you, honestly.
In the last 20 years, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, modern movie. Shit.
And Marcel the Shell.
Oh, yeah. She loved Marcel the Shell.
Those two movies will make me cry.
Modern movie. Huh. Honestly, this could change, but like one of my movies I had no expectations for that I absolutely loved that came out last year, aside from like The Substance and stuff like that, I loved Strange Darling.
Oh, that movie.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. That is like right up my alley.
Yeah.
Just like the twists, the turns,
It blew me away.
The jumping around in the storyline. I just like really, really loved that. So I'll just say that for now. But there's lots of modern movies I've really liked. We check out everything that's new. We don't like discriminate just because something's new. It's just, It's been a while that a movie's kind of been like, wow, can't wait to see that.
I'm also the type, like, I leave most movie selection up to him. I don't, unless there's something I really need to watch. I put on whatever you want and I'll watch it. I don't even read into a lot when it comes to like previews or even the description of movies. A lot of time we'll be going to the theater and he'll have to tell me what a movie's about that we're going to see because I don't know.
I saw The Devil. I watched one time. I think it was Netflix. Like this had to be like 10 years ago. I saw it was on there or close to 10 years ago. And I watched it and I think I fell asleep and I never went back to revisit it. But like I see it popping up on like all those like best horror moments of like the last 50 years type shows. And I'm like, damn, like I don't remember that happening. So that's one I definitely want to check out, Uzi. So that's cool.
You still have to go up.
Oh shit. Am I missing stuff?
You're missing a bunch of stuff.
Oh. Sorry, it's been a while.
But y'all are also popping off right below Wedgie Master.
The sequel can be called The Wallflowers. There you go.
No, I still vote for Perfect Days.
Perfect Days was so good. You definitely want to check out.
I loved Long Legs, don't get me wrong, but
dude, I can see why your parents didn't want you to watch Strange Days. I've never seen it, but
I don't know what it's about.
Yeah, from what I understand, it is like that.
And it's not available. Like I have to pay to watch it. I have to. It's the only way to see it.
I'll just grab it one day if I ever see it on like a site or something.
Oh, on a site. I was like what stores are you going to?
The next pickup video, Strange Days.
And I'll be like, I fucking hated it. Not worth the wait.
Trying to think of what else we watched recently.
I just went through my whole list and
there
was a few genres, but you talked about them in a video.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't bring them up.
We watched that movie Mads.
Mm-hmm.
That what was that? German, French? I can't remember.
Both? I don't know.
Yeah, Mads. I saw a lot of people talking about that last year. It's essentially a movie that it gives you the impression that you're watching a movie take place in one long take, which was crazy. Like it never breaks. Granted, you can see where they kind of like fool your eye into thinking it didn't break, but they definitely changed it. But it's about like these people just going around partying, taking this drug that turns them into like essentially like the rage zombies of 28 Days Later. Super fascinating, really cool, and like tense as all fuck.
Yeah.
Really, really liked it. It really kind of like induced my anxiety. Definitely want to check out if you haven't. Mads. I think it's on I think we watched it on Shudder.
Yeah,
super cool.
It says on IMDb streaming on AMC Plus, so it should still
Shudder,
be on Shudder.
Yeah.
Why can't I find where it is?
Like where it came from?
Yeah.
I think there's like a section called like French. Another great French movie. We fucking love French horror movies.
Speaking of French horror movies, I finally saw Irreversible.
Oh yeah, I finally got her. Well,
no, you didn't get me to watch it. I watched it of my own volition.
I gave her the warning.
He warned me, and I watched it anyway. I'm very largely
unaffected. Desensitized.
I'm largely unaffected.
Monica Bellucci just getting absolutely devastated for 9 minutes straight, dude.
That was the longest scene in the whole movie.
Yeah.
I give the girl a break. And I've said that so many times in our Jalo videos too, which is ironic.
Yeah.
Give the girl a break. What the hell?
That movie is disturbing in weird ways that like I don't like, but I love the French extreme movies. Like I did that long ass video on Martyrs. I've been planning on doing one on the movie Inside for a while. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. I work full time. So like the weekend is like my time to like, Vicky will be sitting right next to me while I'm sitting here recording the videos and she's just making fun of me the whole time. So like, it's not often that I get to do them. So like, I use my time wisely. That's why we're doing this shit live, because we just haven't had the chance to do it.
Some of the time he's filming them out here at 5:45 in the morning after I've woken up, and I'm stashed in the bedroom watching The Wire at 5:45.
Yeah, so if I ever look really tired,
it's because he is.
It's the only chance I could do them sometimes is like before work, like super fucking early, dude.
Pray for our neighbors.
Exactly, Uzi. Exactly. Same plot.
I have a hard time with I Spit on Your Grave, which is ironically the first movie that I've seen like that.
I don't think I Spit on Your Grave is so bad anymore.
Excuse them.
Fire truck going by.
Is the alarm going off again? It was the first of its kind that I had seen, but now I think it just feels so excessive that it's harder for me to get through. My favorite of that kind of genre is definitely Miss 45 for sure. But that's also like, I almost, no, you know what? I have no comment to make because I haven't watched it in long enough where I need to rewatch it before I say anything.
Jack asked, did you see The Host from 2006?
I feel like I did, or I tried.
It's the giant creature feature movie, right? I believe. If that's the one, then yes, I like The Host a lot.
Something's happening.
Yeah. Thriller. I have never seen Thriller. Believe it. I do want to see that. Ironically, yes, Uzi, that is exactly what she's watching when she first wakes up while I'm in the shower.
Turn the volume down to a 3.
Yeah. So Jack says yes. The Host is like the creature feature one. Yeah, I like The Host a lot. Damn, something's burning down, I guess. Yeah.
There was also a marathon in town this morning. So
oh, yeah.
It could just be somebody trying to clear the road.
Jesus Christ.
That was 4.
Yeah.
4 fire trucks. So something's happening.
All right. Well, since we've made it through, here's this stack of movies we bought.
5. Sorry, I'm counting fire trucks now.
And then obviously we got these ones too. Boom. I know everyone likes to see the stacks. But since this was kind of run of the mill and we just wanted to get on and chat with everybody, and yeah. That's really it. So anything else? Any other questions or anything, my guys? It's good to chat with people. Thank you guys for popping in. We love having people to talk to rather than us talking to fucking a brick wall sometimes.
Not saying that Uzi's a brick wall. But Uzi also had people to banter with.
Yeah, as far as things coming out soon that I'm looking forward to, I guess we could end on that. Is there anything you're really looking forward to? No,
I think I even started off last year as saying I was most looking forward to, ironically enough, Nosferatu.
And we never saw it yet. Yeah.
Well, when I said that, I don't think I knew it was Robert Eggers, and I didn't know it was coming out on Christmas. That's cruel.
Oh, I watched the trailer for Final Destination. Looks fine. I'm not the biggest Final Destination fan. I feel like those movies, it's kind of one of those, once you've seen one, you've seen them all. But the premise looks interesting about how it's like tied to this family. Yeah, I don't know if I'll see that in the theater, honestly. What else? Megan 2, definitely won't see that in the theater. It almost looks like they're doing like the Terminator 2 route where they turn Megan good and she's got to battle like an eviler robot. I don't know, man. That shit looks terrible. Blumhouse. Ugh. The only movie coming up soon, ironically, that I really want to see just because I love the franchise, last one excluded, is Jurassic Park. Was it Rebirth or some shit?
I don't know what it's called. You know more about that.
Scarlett Johansson has me a little iffy. But like the concept seems kind of cool, how it's like the genetically like freakazoid kind of dinosaurs that didn't make the cut. So I don't know. I think those movies are just good, schlocky, fun to see in the theater. They're like spectacles. So that's the only thing I'm really looking forward to coming out soon.
You're a spectacle.
Yeah, me walking around town with my Ghoulies 2 shirt. Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, definitely. We love the first season.
Not tonight, but tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't have cable. We only have
Max.
So like it doesn't go live for us a lot of the time. So we have to catch it tomorrow. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that.
So post-work Mondays, I'm just glad that they pulled up with another Sunday night show since the White Lotus ended.
Yeah, we did. We also watched the White Lotus, like everybody else, apparently in the United States. Great season, I think. Probably my least favorite of all three so far, but still, those shows are just fun as fuck. What do we got? This one?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much, Jack. Thanks for fucking pulling up. We appreciate it. Oh, yeah? I thought that one was good. I love, what's his name, man? Fucking, how am I spacing his name? He's the main actor in it. Fabio Testi. I love him in that movie. Don't even know what that is, Uzi.
Same.
Is that the, that's not like that big, like, black set that came out recently, was it? I don't know. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, Fabio Testi fucking rules in Red Rings of Fear. But yeah, guys, that's it. Thank you so much to anyone that was chatting live. It was great to talk to you guys. And,
or even viewing silently, whichever you chose.
yeah, I know, at least from my experience going on watching people's live videos, I am never chiming in, but you guys make me kind of want to and chat with people. So thank you guys so much for watching. And anyone that's watching it after the fact, thanks for checking it out. And yeah, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all the things fucking YouTubers are supposed to say. I don't know. But we love you. Thank you so much. And yeah, what's our new saying? Oh, the horrors persist.
But so do
We.
I say it to him all the time, and then suddenly he introduced it into this. So
I don't know. I just think it's funny to have something to
you're
say at the
welcome
end.
for your outro.
Yeah, but we love you guys. Uzi, great chatting again. Swole Monster, great seeing you again.
And thank y'all.
Yeah, we love you. We'll see you at the next one. Hopefully we could do lives more often. We've been kind of slacking. Just haven't had
It's so
the
much
time.
easier, and it's off the cuff.
Yeah, but we love you. Adios, guys. Thank you so much. See you next
Bye.
time.